back.
business.
We back. Captain Kirk's Jamaican rum punch, fresh from the factory. Didn't even have time to put the sticker on. I said, "Damn the sticker! Just give me what's inside the bad boy." Yo,
all right,
my brother Captain Kirk.
Shout out
Thank
to
you
Captain
as
Kirk.
always. Thank you as always. Make sure you guys order your Captain Kirk's Jamaican rum punch. Hit his GoFundMe. They're raising money for repairs to the club after the water damage from the fire next door. Keep my brother Kirk in prayer. And yeah, man, I'll be home soon, so I'm gonna come by, pull up on you, say a few things, let you know what's going on in my world, in my life, you know what I'm saying? But we are back. All three of us are back together.
We're back.
I wasn't here last week. Tone Rock in the building. Joe Peasy, Fox, Trey, Elliot, because I want to jump right into it.
Right.
I heard last week's episode was some shit to see.
There was a lot of smoke.
I heard it was something to see.
It was like, you was like, what
somebody update me, debrief me.
I was in the middle.
The floor is yours. What happened?
Trey, I thought you was briefed on what the situation was.
I kind of had a little idea, but you know.
Yeah, I mean, shout out to...
I ain't no snitch. I ain't about to be like, yo,
hey, if you didn't see last week's episode, go watch last week's episode. I have to watch it myself. I have to watch it in its entirety. Yeah. But I heard it was...
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was heated. Shout out to Guy Torrey to let him know. I mean, we appreciate him coming on here. We got to have him back when you're on, when you're here.
Guy don't hold his tongue.
He don't hold his tongue at all.
Nothing. He don't hold no punches, and... He was upset with some of Fox POVs when it came to the election.
Okay.
And
Guy had a personal with Joe Fox.
Yeah.
Backstory, they used to work together. They would go out on the road every weekend.
Right. We worked for off and on for many years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think that played a part in you guys not working together anymore?
No.
Just your points of view on things?
No. I think it was just at that particular time, it was it was time to make a change and understand that, bringing your own feature during that time wasn't always, he wasn't able to always do that. It was, he really had to fight for me to, hey, I want to have my own feature. Mm-hmm. So the setup was a little different sometimes. And Guy spread it around too. He was working with other people too. Mm-hmm. So it was just time, man, and understand, man, when people start thinking that you sound like your feature, your headliner or whatever,
right?
We're almost the same size. He's a little shorter than I am. His brother's name is Joe. Mm-hmm. So there was an automatic association with some similarities there. Mm-hmm. And I think to draw the line and set ourselves apart, that I think maybe that played into it a little bit. And I don't know. I mean, I just, I didn't think it was a problem. There was no beef between us at all, anything like that. Until he saw some kind of.
It was a clip of the podcast.
It was a clip of the podcast.
But you say some kind of it.
I'm like, It was a clip.
The clip when you said what?
I spoke on why I wasn't voting for either one of the two big candidates, and I gave my point of view, and I said what I said, and understand I chopped up that video. We chop up the video to make it a certain length, so it may have made you think that I was going one way when I clearly said I wasn't. And people hear what they want to hear.
Oh no, I'm dealing with that now.
Did he assume that you were voting for Trump?
Yeah, it's like I'm not going to vote for Kamala Harris. I'm not going to vote for Trump. That means I'm voting for Trump. I'm like, I just told you I'm not voting for either one of these two. That means you're voting for, it's like people hear what they want to hear.
Right.
Not just Guy, but anybody. People are so emotional about, your voting habits, your voting preferences, that they split the line. Like you're either a friend or foe at that point.
Yeah.
And he said what he said, and he's entitled to that. I'm entitled to vote the way I vote. You are.
I just didn't know if it was going to come to blows, so I had to send it.
I got hot like that?
I just had to send it between them. Guy. So on some real shit, Guy kept it very professional and mild manner. He threw some jabs.
Right.
He threw some jabs
because we know each other.
Because they know each other. And you could tell some of it was he had some playful energy behind.
He gonna come with the jokes.
Yeah, behind some of the things he was saying, but he was really feeling some kind of way. Like, so when I was talking to him, he was like, oh, nah, like, I wasn't fucking with Joe for a minute. Like, I had to call him. I called him and cursed his ass out. And I really was on some like, yo, I can't fuck with him for a while. Now, my feelings may change eventually, you know what I mean? But at this point in time, I wasn't fucking with him based off of his position and his stance that he was taking. So I was,
go.
Yeah, so he was like, I was like, fuck Joe.
So to backtrack, how we even got him here was he called me about doing his birthday show. His birthday show at the Improv.
Mm-hmm.
And I was I'm going to be out of town. And I said, but I got to get you on the podcast. Well, since I got you on the phone, I got to get you on the podcast, bro. And he was like, yeah, I'll come up there and talk to that bitch ass nigga Joe Fox. And I was like, I'm thinking it's I'm thinking it's jokey. I'm like,
right.
All right, yes, whatever you want to come.
Not knowing what the hell he's talking about.
Nigga don't know what the fuck he talking about. I'm like, he for real.
Yeah.
So I was like, yo, y'all good? Yeah, man, he's just bitch ass motherfucker. I'm gonna come there and talk to him. I'm like, all right. I'm like, shit, now how soon can you get here?
So that's why
here?
You said what you said in San Antonio, man. Yo, man, you and guy cool.
Yeah, when I saw you in San Antonio, I was like,
because he didn't tell me all that.
Yeah, and I didn't, and I was just gonna wait for Tone. I didn't want to be like, well, Tone briefed me. I was just like, I just kind of had a little idea of what was happening.
Yeah, it's just he had guy's gonna say whatever he's gonna say.
Yeah.
And this is nothing new. It's just this particular time, it came at an election time where he was he's very vocal online.
Yes.
His statements, whatever, if you follow him.
Right.
And he said what he said on the phone to me. And I'm like, all right, this is nothing new to me. But I was like, all right, whatever. I mean, I didn't lose no sleep over it.
Right.
And he came on the podcast. I think on some level, he just wanted to get it off his chest and say, and he wasn't the first person who called me up and said that or sent me long text messages. And I mean, he wasn't the first person or the only person. So that's, what can you do?
They say you're not supposed to talk
about politics and money. Politics, your salaries.
No, politics and religion.
Right.
Because whatever you say and however strongly you believe in what you're saying, someone strongly disagrees with you.
Right.
Yeah.
Vehemently disagrees with you.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like this. When people start talking politics, I'm like this.
Well, if that's not your lane to express yourself, then that is fun.
About like policy, like if I hear like we're gonna get rid of the DEI. I'm like, I can speak on that. I can say what I want to say about that without speaking on the person. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So,
but the funny thing is that people who are so gung ho and so extreme, even though you won't say nothing about the person, they will bring that person involved in what you say, and then now you making it about the person.
You making it about
I didn't even say nothing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So I didn't. Go ahead.
We're at a point in time, and I'm trying to wait till I guess get here because he wanted to. So y'all want to do y'all show, whatever. But I'm just going to say this: we're at a point in time to where we can't have a difference of opinion without even being attacked within our own community, and we're at a point in time where two things really can't be right. In a sense. Right. So let's just take, for example, I'm not saying Donald Trump, we all know how we feel about DT and him being in office. With that being said, you can make a post and say, oh man, Donald Trump is awful with this, he's raggedy with that, I can't stand him, boom, boom, boom. But this one thing that he said or this one policy that he implemented may in fact help us financially. If you say something like that, now, they gonna be on your ass.
Now you his best friend. Now you his best friend.
Now you his best friend. Now you cooning. Now you ain't with the agenda. Now you a Sambo. Now you working for the man. And it's just like,
you don't put your tap shoes on.
Do you know two things could be right? You know what I mean? Like, so we have to figure out how to change that narrative and intellectually separate certain issues. You know what I mean?
Well, here's how you do that. One, inform yourself on what it is that you believe in your stance, so you can have something to stand on. Politics is about who gets what, how much, and for how long. Okay. For Black people, it is different. That's what I believe. So I study or I'll inform myself based on those things. So I'm like, what do we get? That's why I was saying when Guy was here. Now I didn't attack him. I mean that would have been like I'm kicking a puppy or something. So I didn't want to like, look, you don't know your politics the way I know my politics. So we're not having a constructive conversation at this point. So we just traded jabs and there was some smoke. He said what he said. That's fine. And I can't fault him for that. He feels the way that he feels. He feelings based politics. Okay. That's not where I'm coming from anymore. So
well, you taking it another notch up than me. You said I want to see what we get. I study the policy to see what we get. I don't even do that because I'm like, that's your stance. My stance is, none of this shit is for us, right? That's my stance. All this shit they talking about changing and fixing and they not talking to niggas.
Correct.
They not talking to us. They gave niggas the right to vote, and now they gonna think they got a say in this shit. They don't got a say.
Never did. I mean, we not
that
in,
shit
in
is
the
like
way that you do.
That's like your mother asking what you want to eat for dinner when you 3. Cheeseburgers. Well, nigga, eat this meatloaf. I just asked you a question. You don't have a say.
You don't have a say.
I just asked you that shit.
Or is he gonna turn
see if you want to say something.
Or is he gonna turn the meatloaf into a
She gonna take the meatloaf and be like, here, nigga. So, you don't have a say.
Right.
It's just some shit they do to make us think. Oh, we part of this. We have a say in politics as well. You ain't got no goddamn say. None of this shit is for Black people.
It's not.
But they're selling us.
And the fact that we even argue with each other over this is even more fucking asinine to me.
And guess what?
None of this shit is for us.
And it's been going on for years,
decades.
That was the biggest. That was the greatest coup. Like, you know what? If we give them the right to vote, they're gonna feel like they're part of this. They're going to really feel like they're part of this. They're going to stop trying.
They got worse.
They're going to stop trying to do it themselves, to do for self. They're going to sit back and wait for us to do for them. Perfect. And then we don't do shit. And every 4 years, they'll run to another white person and say, hey, can you do stuff for us? When in reality, these motherfuckers should be doing for self like the Panthers taught us. Do for self.
Now that's true. Yeah. When you're talking about collective bargaining, within ourselves and empowering ourselves economically.
I have a dream.
And politically.
Let me tell you something.
Much. Yeah.
I hope I'm not veering too far. No. I have a dream. I want to buy an entire city block one day.
I
want to buy, like, I keep thinking Baltimore. I keep thinking Baltimore because Baltimore, the real estate is very, like, incredibly
or
cheap.
Detroit. Yeah.
Like, you get a whole block, right? I'm going to get a whole block. This is my vision. This is my... Most High speaks to me sometimes. A whole city block, right? Say it's 12 houses on this side, 12 houses on this side, right? The 2 here in the middle and the 2 on this side in the middle, we tear down. And we put dirt and sod and seed, and it's our own farm for the block. Everybody has a key to get in it and go get fresh vegetables every morning. You want a tomato? Go down the block, get a tomato.
It's like neighborhood farmers market.
It's free. It's free. You just come down the block, but you can't go in there and get a tomato, get your cucumbers, go across the street, get your oranges and all that. It's for the block.
Right.
The houses on the corner, security. 24 hours, guards, they live there, but they on call. So anybody that so it's a public city street, so we can't say you can't drive through it. But just know when you on that block, there's cameras everywhere.
It's neighborhood watch.
There's guards on the corner. Like, yo, you not coming in here with that bullshit.
Right.
Take that shit around the corner, take it down the block. But this street right here
is protected by us, protecting ourselves.
Our own block parties, our own school drives, haircuts for the kid, like a whole street.
You got our own ice cream man.
Yeah, I'm
know
serious.
Yeah.
We talk to the city councilman. We need police patrol through here every 30 minutes, 40 minutes. We need a car to come through. You know what I'm saying? That's a vision I have.
Yeah.
Do for self. That ain't got nothing to do with who the president is.
Nope.
It doesn't. And you don't need that. That's what a lot of people, a lot of us, we think we depend on them. We depend on our decision being heard for them, of which we get nothing in return. And they depend on us to not know that.
And look,
Yeah.
and even what
Go
you're
ahead.
talking about, that's more so your local.
Yeah.
Your local city councilman
right.
and that you have to talk to and get everything in order with. You know what I'm saying? Not the president.
Right.
You know.
Right.
So it is more about doing for self. And we get so caught up emotionally, man, behind a lot of the rhetorics and things of that nature sometimes where we forget, hey, I gotta do it. I gotta do it on my own.
Yeah.
There's no particular artist. There's no song. There's no necessary elite. We don't even have a black leader like we used to.
Right.
We don't have the MLKs or the Malcolms right now. You know what I mean? It's been a minute since we had somebody as prominent as...
You know who the black leader is right now? Coach Prime.
Right.
He turning them young men into something positive.
But he is.
Got his boys going to the league.
Yo,
none of them kids in trouble. They getting degrees.
Coach Prime did it, doing his thing, man.
So
it's more
the irony, he's doing it in Colorado. One of the whitest places in the world.
Right. Man, but you proved you said something very, very well, like, we got to do it on our own, man. We can't wait for nobody to do it for us.
It starts with yourself, your family, your community.
Yeah.
And that's
right there. You're right.
Because
right
could.
Then your family, then your community.
Then your community.
And then if you in.
Then your city.
We in,
then your culture, your people.
Because when you bring people in from the community, now they bringing in their family, their community. Now you got a block with a black-owned bank right there. You know what I mean?
That's another thing. You own a block, you go to the bank. Yo, listen, we gonna do business with this bank. Y'all gonna make sure we got what we need on this block. We're gonna do business with this bank. Okay, bet. Now we remember the scene in Batman when Batman tells Commissioner Gordon, like, yo, I need you to help me take down, fix Gotham.
Yeah.
And Batman's going out the window and he said, Commissioner Gordon said, it's just you? And he said, now it's two of us.
Right.
So it's like literally that's how it has to go. Yeah. Okay, we got together.
Each one.
Now bank, yo, y'all gonna fuck with us? Now it's two of us.
Yeah.
Now grocery store,
yeah.
You gonna fuck with us? I bet. Now hardware store, you gonna fuck with us? Bet. Now you gonna mom and pop store, all right, restaurant, okay, bet. Everybody collectively. School, school, are you in? You in school? Bet. Yeah. Now let's go. You know what I'm saying?
You're talking about recirculating your dollars. Yeah. Hey, what's going on, brother? How you doing?
The dollar in the black community goes out faster than any place else.
How you doing?
What up, brother? What's good, man? What's good, bro?
Yeah, what up,
ladies and gentlemen? This gentleman right here was a guest on the podcast before when I wasn't in town.
Yes,
right.
But he was on the islands.
Yeah, I think I was in the Cayman Islands. Yeah,
yo, pull the mic.
I just got back from Tulum. That's right.
He is
celebrating a victory.
Look at him.
I just thought I'd wear the shirt. Just in case. In case you might don't want to forget.
Man,
and you're a Giant fan, right?
I'm the Giants fan.
Okay, I want to thank
Pittsburgh Steelers, baby.
Okay. I just want to thank you for what y'all didn't love.
I know we gave y'all Saquon. Even though Saquon ain't do really good, I mean, he ain't do what we thought he was going to do. He lost me some money.
Let me tell you.
I needed him to score.
He played the role. You know why? Because they had to put so many people in the box on him. It opened up the air. Jalen ain't really thrown like that in a long time. So
he got busy.
I was really happy, man.
The funniest clip that's circulating again this week, has been circulating all weekend, was the Giants GM. Last season, off season, he said, they were like the whole Giants head front office in the office. And he says, one of the guys says, there's talk that Saquon might sign with the Eagles. And the Giants GM is like, if Saquon Barkley signs with the Eagles, I'm going to lose my fucking mind. And they're like, yo, I don't want to pay him, but I don't want him to go to the Eagles.
Right.
He was at the Eagles. This shit played out perfectly for him.
For him. Oh, man.
For him, perfect. He broke the rushing record.
Right.
He
didn't break the record, but he should.
Listen.
I didn't want him to.
Listen.
Yeah.
I'm Eric Dickerson's biggest fan. When Eric Dickerson was in the league, Saquon broke that fucking record because he sat out the last game.
Well, I know that.
Yeah.
I know that.
That shit gone, bro.
Yeah.
That shit gone. And Eric Dickerson didn't leave with a ring that year.
No, ED.
Saquon broke that fucking record.
But you know what? Because the difference was ED definitely didn't have a quarterback.
Statistically, numbers wise, they're gonna say he didn't break it. But when you leave with this,
man.
when you break it, when your numbers are close and you leave with this, you won. You won.
Man, let me tell you something.
And created a move nobody ever seen before.
Oh, the spin jump over there backwards.
The spin jump over.
The Bruce Lee jump.
I'm going to say this. This is the truth, so I won't be fake. I didn't think we was going to beat them. I just thought that, I didn't know our line was going to dominate like that. I mean, Kansas City won some close games this year, but I didn't know that. I just didn't know we were going to be in a position where they dominated. So, one time, Mahomes was running backwards, ran sideways, threw the ball behind his head. I was like, God damn, and Kelsey still caught the
They had him on roller skates.
Yeah, they had him on roller skates.
Definitely.
Yeah,
that was a good game, man. It was. I like defense. I every football game I really enjoy is when it's a defensive game.
The defense played hella good.
And that white boy. That white boy,
they got the pick six?
Yeah.
On his birthday.
On his birthday. You know he's like a world-class sprinter.
First ever in the Super Bowl.
From Iowa, from University of Iowa. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it was big, man.
A very well defensive played game.
You know what's funny? So I called one of my homegirls. I have said, hey, you going to watch the game? Because usually all big Philly people, everybody can tell. She said, I'm watching it at home. I said, well, why are you watching it at home? She said, because if there's any bad calls, I'm not going to be in a good mood. I said, okay.
Yo, listen, that's why I thought, 2 reasons. I thought y'all wasn't going to win because Kansas City gets all the calls all the time.
Oh, you ain't never lied about that.
That first series, when they called pass interference on A.J. Brown, I said, here we go.
Here we go.
Here we go.
But it was, though. I looked at that replay.
Tom Brady, Joe Buck, all them guys was like, man, you could have let that go.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Brady said that twice in the game.
Like the guy they always, what's the guy they check with? Like,
the referee.
Yeah. He's like, the type of game we watching right now and the type of defense they play.
They saw that.
Yeah. You could have let that go. Yeah. I don't know if that warranted it.
I got to tell you, though, 2001, I stopped believing in the NFL.
Why?
Because I'm a Raider fan, too. And that Tuck rule
Raider?
Game, yeah, Raider.
The Tuck rule.
And and when I saw that game and how the NFL took about 20 minutes to find that call, if you ever saw the documentary, it was almost like a 30-minute delay. They were like, I don't know, they was up there reading books and what they were doing. And when I saw that, I was like, this is because they robbed the Raiders. The Raiders really had the best squad that year.
Yeah. They played, who did they play that year?
They played New England. To go to the Super Bowl.
The next year, we went to the Super Bowl and we got smoked by Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
But that was the game that said, and then these dudes won. Really, KC could have been 10-6 this year, easy. Denver blew it on a field goal.
Yeah.
They should have did that.
Yeah.
Cincinnati gave up a 4th and 17.
Yeah.
I mean, games like you ain't supposed to win. So
they were supposed to lose the first year they played against Philly in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and we blew it on defense that time.
Yeah, y'all gave them the ball back.
Y'all
gave them the ball back. I'm like, why are you giving the ball back?
Yeah, but I'm just happy, man. We got it done. So right now I'm 2-0.
Okay.
Ohio State won.
Okay.
And Philly won.
Philly won.
You know Ohio State.
How do you feel about Saquon Barkley's girlfriend tweeting nigger?
Man, you know what, man?
She was 13.
She was 13. She married the nigga. You know what I mean?
At least she married.
You know what
that makes it all right.
You know what? I think in the society we live in today, we got to start. I'm not saying giving nobody passes, but I'm saying if the rap music is out there, we don't know how they're communicating. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying what she said is right, but she married one. You know what I mean?
She married one.
So what
she
does
married
say?
a colored.
Yeah, she married.
Hilarious.
I mean, I'm not giving it a pass, but I'm just saying, man. I after a while, man, I'm one of those dudes, man. I believe in you got to get people. I don't believe in just canceling people, man. I did a joke on stage one time, and I said, Joe, let me ask all y'all a question. I said to the artist, I said, were you asked to be born? And I asked everybody, and they all like, no. I said, then who gives us the right to cancel a motherfucker? Ain't none of us even asked to be here. And now you gonna tell me I made a mistake? I mean, I'm not talking about murderers and pedophiles. You know what I'm saying? But you make a mistake, you make a mistake. Come on, you got to give somebody, you got to give them some type of chance to at least see if they want to try to recover. So
where's the mistake at, though?
Well, in terms of her situation, she used the derogatory term at a young age.
Yeah. So
right
at a very young age. So the mistake was made by her parents.
Oh no, I didn't know it was 13.
She's like 13.
Oh yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
They didn't tell you that part. They just pull her tweet. And how crazy is that they can pull your tweets when you was 13?
13 years old, right?
Yeah, but
that's how long
social media has been here. How old am I?
I wasn't here when I was 13.
Yeah, but 26.
You can pull up your MySpace.
She got to be, that's only 10 years ago at the most.
Yeah.
But I'm just happy we got the win, man. I'm praying the parade is on Friday. I'm like,
oh Lord,
you
do not want to be in Philly during the parade.
You don't want to be.
I thought y'all was gonna. I didn't think y'all was gonna win because y'all was going. Kansas City was gonna get all the calls. I really wanted y'all to win. I really, really wanted the Eagles to win. Like I'm not an Eagles fan, but I really wanted the Eagles to win because I'm so sick of these motherfuckers showing Taylor Swift every time this nigga catches the ball. Every time he catch the ball, cut to Taylor.
Hey man,
he cut to Taylor.
Hey,
is she happy?
Man, let me say something. I'm just happy we beat them motherfuckers, man. Because it would have been it was just been. I had bets out there, nigga. I ain't had no money to pay these niggas. You know
I didn't lose none of my bets.
I had a couple
best
hundred,
clip-
but I won 2,300.
The best clip is Jalen Hurts walking into the stadium. They showed it. It's on social media. You can probably find it. He's walking into the stadium, and he's walking past the TV. It's a big screen.
Yeah.
And all of the commentators are giving their picks. And the first guy's like, I got the Chiefs, man. I just don't see them winning. And I got the Chiefs. And he's just walking past TV. And they all, across the board, like 5 of them, Chiefs, Chiefs.
Wow.
And he goes like this. And the camera's on him.
Yeah.
And they show him looking at it. And he walks past it and just goes,
Wow.
like he was like, okay.
You know what? He's a
Y'all
winner,
own it
man.
like that?
He's a winner. People don't really understand. You know, first of all, you don't go to Alabama on a scholarship, be the starter. He was like 29-3 or 2 at the starter. He didn't really lose the game. Tua took his spot the second half of that game.
And threw that touchdown.
And threw the touchdown.
Yeah.
Then he lost the starting spot the next year. Goes to Oklahoma, takes them to the Final Four. So, I mean, the boy can play.
Yeah, he ball.
You know what I mean? So, and I think the Eagles, Saquon was the X factor. Yeah. He was the guy that opened it all up. Yeah. I think that was,
Yeah.
Plus, it's just the extra pressure they put on a black quarterback every year. Every black quarterback get that.
Yeah.
Lamar can't win. But it's like, look at his numbers and look at any white quarterback with numbers that are comparable. He don't get that much of a lashing every Monday. You know
I actually wanted a Baltimore Raven,
Philly.
Eagle. Yeah. And this is where I said, because I can't stand Mahomes. I mean, people say, he ain't black. To me, he ain't black.
Man, you see that daddy.
Yeah.
You see that daddy. He black.
Yeah, but he was raised by the mom.
He black.
He raised by the mom.
And his father played for the Mets, so don't do that. Don't do that.
Okay, I'll give you a little.
Daddy played for the Mets.
Daddy's a gangster.
He was in Queens, baby.
The daddy come in there one year and said, what you smoking? I'm smoking a Joe Barrow.
Yeah. The daddy.
But I don't like Mahomes. You know why? Because he's a whiner. He reminds me of a poor man Brady, because Brady used to do that. Somebody fought Brady knees, he'd start pointing flags, start flying. And a couple of times, you see Mahomes look at the ref and then go, like...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They give him that. They give him that.
Yeah.
But I think this game was something, man, where it was so much scrutiny on that the ref was like, okay, we can't F this one up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So... But I just think the Eagles, they got that D line.
They defense did everything.
Them dudes was on something.
Yo, and they got a lot of young cats, so if they contracts work out and everybody stay, they're gonna be a problem.
The dude Carter, he would have probably been the number 1 pick if he didn't get into that accident.
Yeah.
So he dropped to us, which was cool. Nobody else wanted to mess with him after that, which is I never understand why GMs do that type of shit. I mean, what you do is what you do. You didn't mean to. Someone died, but the Eagles was like, nah. He's in the right town. He's in the right town.
Yeah. Because that happens. Players drop all the time because of character issues.
Yeah.
Because they be like, God forbid that shit happen when you wearing our jersey.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's
God forbid
money.
you shoot a motherfucker with our jersey.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not our jersey on, but representing
our
franchise.
You know the only athlete that I really knew, personally, that messed up like that, and God rest his soul now, is Phillips. Remember the running back from Nebraska?
Lawrence Phillips. Committed suicide.
You should have known him too, Tom.
Of course.
I know.
Nebraska played for the Rams. Yeah.
Remember, he used to come to the comedy store all the time. Man, cool dude.
What did he do? Like,
when he was in college, he had a fight with this girl. He beat up his girl.
Ooh.
He stayed in trouble in college.
He stayed in trouble.
No, wait. That was one of the
that was one episode.
He beat up his teammate who tried to talk to his girl.
Yeah.
He beat up some dude in a bar that looked at her. He was
But he was but this is how he was. They suspended him 7 games. Brought him back for the Orange Bowl. Nigga breaks 170, 180. Yeah. I mean, and then he was so tough that Dick Vermeil literally went and got him. Remember he had gotten in trouble? Picked him up, brought him to the Rams. Yeah, but he couldn't handle it, man. Wound up going to jail, wound up getting killed. Or
and then he committed suicide.
Well, it's still
allegedly,
suicide,
as they say, allegedly.
You think CT
because remember he was
part in it?
Of course.
Nah, I don't know.
He was
young though, Tom.
Nah, bro. He was
wild already.
He had mental.
Well, no, you know what it was too.
He had mental disorder.
Well, he was a foster kid.
He was a foster kid.
That's what I'm saying. So he had it to begin with, and then to hit your head up against the wall all day don't help.
Maybe I should do that. I mean, I'm a foster kid. I should start just acting rowdy and shit. Start blaming niggas.
So, speaking of the Super Bowl,
yes.
What we think about the halftime show?
Oh.
Who want to go?
I want to set the stage real quick.
Okay.
I'll go last.
Yeah, and it ain't about go first, go last. But earlier what we was talking about with people hear what they want to hear. So I put a post up. First of all, I saw the halftime show, and I put my post up saying Kendrick Lamar performance was good.
Yeah.
But I just don't think it was the energy was there for a Super Bowl halftime show.
That's really. I read that. Yeah.
Meaning, so what do you mean by that, Trey? Meaning literally the energy that I think you should have for a stadium and millions of viewers at home.
Okay.
Yeah. You know. So basically, I was like, 7 out of 10.
Right.
It was, I mean, the message was there. You know what I mean? The performance was like, he did good. But I was just like, I just wish I had a little bit more on the entertainment aspect as far as energy levels.
Right. And
like Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Prince.
Yeah.
Like, I've seen
even Janet.
And Janet. I've seen Kendrick do shows with messages and with more energy, with more of a like, okay, he bought it both ways.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And boy, you would have thought I said I hate all black women. Well, you would have thought I would have said Kendrick was horrible. You would have thought I said everything.
They
but
missed that first sentence.
They missed that.
You want something to drink?
Yeah.
This is rum punch. You want a rum punch?
Yeah, that's what I'm.
Yeah, they missed that.
Let me get a cup of ice, please.
Yeah.
They missed that whole first part.
Yeah, you try to disclaim.
So,
look, it was good. It's like,
no, because it's just like rating a movie. I give it a 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
Like the movie was good. I just maybe didn't like this part of it.
You had that was your critique.
That was my critique. And boy, now the people who understood what I said, they was like, yo, I get it. Like, but the majority of the black people, they just went in.
And then so on top of that, so I saw your post.
Yeah.
And then my post was, I was watching it at my frat brother house, right? So it was a big party, about 70 people. And I'm into it, So I'm like, okay, he did his thing. So when I'm coming home, I'm looking on social media, and they're like, I saw a lot of symbolism. So I'm oblivious to what really was going on. So I'm like, symbolism. I saw Sam, I saw shit. So what I did, I went home and shit, right? And I watched it again.
Yeah.
So I go, so my post T was, I thought this show was good. It was a cool show. I would like to have it where we just have one halftime show where there's no political message in it, where people can just go and enjoy the show. I said, because we got 4 years of every day of hearing about old boy. Yeah. I said, can we just have one day where you would have thought, I said, I voted for Trump 7 times. I don't like black women. Niggas ain't shit. I'm marrying all the white women I can get. They went in. Well, this was the platform. I'm like, my man. So then, even my frat brothers, and I had to kind of check them, and then we kind of like, I was like, he wanted to come on, Steve Brown. Oh, bro, you gotta check your what is it? Racial love or some shit. I'm like, so I said, hold on, man.
I got women 70 and 80 replying on my comment talk about he not like us. Yeah. I'm like, Grandma, you don't sit your
I got one that did this to me that said, it's like the revolution will be televised. Yeah. Does he ever know what was it? Gil Scott? Yeah. They put that. I'm like, so the way that I'm on social media. And I don't know if anyone else like this, because it's an open platform and I do my live talk, I don't believe in blocking people.
Yeah.
But when you start trying to, like, you call me ignorant, you call me out my name, so now I'm saying, like, you're not going to say that to my face and catch, you're going to see what's going to crack. Yeah. And on top of that, why would you say that when it's just an opinion?
Right.
So I'm so frustrated with, you talked about it a little earlier, I'm frustrated with the fact that with black people now, and this halftime show showed it, you can't come in with a different opinion. Just because, and I said to somebody, so somebody asked the same question, what grade would you give them between 0 and 10? I said, well, if I give them a 10, that means y'all gonna like me. But if I say a 3, y'all gonna call me a coon. Yeah. So what I'm gonna do is say it was a cool, and I ain't gonna give no numbers out.
Yeah.
But I just feel like it's a lot of hypocritical stuff that went on there. So like, You take Sam Jackson, right? Now, when Sam Jackson, when Trump ran the first time, and I love Sam, but he the man, it's all it is what it is, but let's keep it 100. Him and a lot of people said, if you ever get in the White House, I'm moving out the country. But then you perform for him at the Super Bowl. I mean, if you really think about it, you know what I'm saying? You're on the Super Bowl stage doing your thing. Serena Williams, you know, like your boy Stephen A said, like, you know, if that was my woman, she crip walking and you know, trying to troll her ex. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So it was like, so it was a lot of things being said. And then I said to him, and I'm gonna give it to you, Joe. I said, and then you think about all of these people, you know, pro-black, and everybody got a white girl or a white dude. Really, you know what I mean? I said what I said, Don Lennon. Yeah. You know, he pro-black, got a white husband. No, I don't know how that shit works. You know, then you got Robin Roberts. Robin Roberts, pro-black. Used the golf with the.
That's true.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, and look, I'm not saying I'm a fan of his, but this is what I'm saying. Two things. One, I met him before.
Who?
Trump.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I was at an event. I'm not gonna say what the event is because it'll be juice, but I ain't gonna say.
Right.
But it was in a Hollywood mansion. The first time I ever went to like one of these big Hollywood cribs.
A Diddy party?
No. That was no. But they were honoring him. It was a black organization honoring him.
Yeah.
And I went up to shook. I said, "Hey, how you doing?" This is probably about 10 years ago, 12 years ago. I won't say what he said. Hey, how you doing, Mr. Trump? And he was like, "Hello, how you doing?" And then he went on about his business. Like, he's a big man, and he got like big ass bodyguards. I was just like, you know, and they were honoring him. And then I saw where, you know, like he said, like Sam, people hanging out with this dude, and now everybody turned. Now I understand why people turned, but then some aspects I don't. Because if you my boy, and we are East Coast people, and you know how it is, definitely like in New York. I mean, I know different areas.
Then to make mine, you got to give everybody else a chance
I'm
to
not
talk
an East
to.
Coast person.
Okay. But my point is, if you my partner, even if you fuck up, I can only check you behind closed doors, but I'm not going to dilute our friendship because you're going, you know what I'm saying? And I see a lot of that. We all have seen that with him. Yes. So when you see that and then you see the Super Bowl, I had somebody say, well, Chiefs lost because Trump was there. I'm like, nigga, God damn, you blame this dude on God. So, I mean, it's just one of those things, man. Like, man, I've come to the conclusion with this situation, I'm not going to get ulcers and heart attacks worrying about what to do for the next 4 years, reading everything online like everybody's doing. I just can't do it, man.
All right.
Oh, yeah, tell me what you think.
Fox said you want to go last, right?
Yeah.
First, I want to say this. You alluded to it. You spoke on it as well. We live in a day and time. We live in an age where everybody is entitled to believe what they want to believe and feel how they want to feel about whatever the specific topic is, until that shit goes against the majority.
Right.
So we like to act like everybody has free thought and can feel however they want to feel about and support whatever they want to support, and it be okay with everybody else. But that's not how we live. We supposed to live like that. We're supposed to live like, you can feel however you want to feel about this, and you can feel how you want to feel, and it doesn't affect anything. But we live in a time where we like to think that, but if three of us feel one way about one thing and one of us feel the other way, he's vilified.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what we live in right now.
Yeah.
That's number one. Number two, you said Samuel L. Jackson performed for Trump. I said this yesterday. I don't even think that motherfucker watched the halftime show.
That's what I said.
I think it went to halftime and the nigga was like, "Who's this nigga? I'm going to eat."
Like, I promise you, that's what I was saying.
I don't think
I thought about that.
I don't think the nigga sat there and watched that shit. Like, who's this dude?
What did they say?
The guy that was beefing with who? I don't know either one. He didn't watch that shit.
Would he understand the symbolisms even if he watched it?
He didn't watch that shit. I'm trying to address everything everybody said.
Yeah, go ahead.
So you said, no, you said the energy.
Yeah.
Right, the energy. So we got to keep in mind that this is a rapper. Rappers have never performed with the energy of a Prince.
Right.
Of a Michael Jackson.
Right.
Michael Jackson was like, I'm doing the Super Bowl. I'm about to turn this shit.
Yeah.
I'm about to make
Upside
this
down.
shit bigger than the game.
Right.
This shit,
And he did.
it's gonna be the Michael Jackson halftime show, and then the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Some niggas played while
Prince is like, yo, Prince is like, I'm about to fuck everybody up.
Yeah.
Oh, Mike did it before?
Yeah.
It's on.
Yeah.
A rapper has never really been at this height.
Right.
Ever.
Under this Magnus
By
this
himself.
magnifying glass.
By himself.
So by himself. So for that, I mean, Eminem did it and brought out a collective to make it bigger because it was a Super Bowl. So it's like, oh, I'm doing it. I gotta have Dre. That makes it bigger. Snoop gotta come. That makes it bigger. 50 gotta come. That makes it bigger. Because rappers don't usually get that height in that height of a stage. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's that like energy. I can see why. First of all, I'll go back. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I'm the dude that's so into football. I never really give a fuck about the halftime show.
Yeah, you like, yo, come on,
yo, I'm so into football, bro. Right. At halftime, I'm like, let me go take a shit.
Right.
I'm gonna go take
these sandwiches made up.
If I'm having a party at the crib, I'm in the backyard, I'm getting drinks, I'm making sure chicks is straight. Like, my dudes is like, yo, who's shorty right here? Oh, you good money on that? I never really paid attention to it. This was the first time in a long time I ever sat and was like, let me check this out. So I started catching some of the symbolism. Like you said, I didn't catch it all.
Yeah.
But the stuff I caught, I was like, oh man, that's
dope.
Really, damn it. Like when he was in the middle and they was all red, white, and blue.
Yeah, that was
and it was the flag.
Was dope.
And he was in the middle. I said, that's the little black boy lost in America. That shit hit me. I was like, oh, oh man.
Is that what you saw?
It was like he's the outcast. They forming the flag and he's in the middle, jewels on, pants.
Yeah.
Right.
Like I'm the outcast in this country.
Okay.
Little black boy lost in America. Then they was red, they was blue, they was white. They all paired up and went like over here. He was over, they was over, and I'm like, it looked like the yard.
Yeah, that's
it
what
looked
it
like
was.
It looked like the prison yard.
See, I was over there. The Crips against the Bloods. I thought it was about the band.
It was like we all trying to find our little piece of existence in this world.
Right.
In this prison of America, if you will.
Right.
So I was like catching it, and then when I went online,
he saw everything,
and everybody was like, "Oh, he said he did this," and I'm like, "Oh shit, I didn't even catch that."
Yeah.
So that made me enjoy it even more. Like, oh shit, like I really missed a lot of this shit. Oh, wait, what did you say that you? Wait, what did you said?
It was very well put together.
Yeah, no, but I'm just saying, like watching it, it's like I thoroughly enjoyed it, right? Yeah. I want to make sure I make that clear.
The politics part
of it. But the politics part, right. The politics was like, yo, oh, that's what you said. You said, you want
to get through a game.
Can we just have a game without a statement? I think that now as an artist, as musical artists, when you accept the invitation to do the Super Bowl, it's your time to go, okay, what's the statement I want to make? Because everybody does it. Everybody has to make a statement. It's like, I'm not going to be on a bigger stage than this.
Right.
I have to say something about something. I think if anybody came out there and just did they show, sung their songs and left, you'd be like, motherfucker didn't say nothing about George Floyd, didn't say nothing about Breonna Taylor. I think it's too big of a stage. It's too big of a stage to not say something.
Right. But I just think, no, first go, Joe. Go do your thought. No. Go. You do your thought. Go ahead.
Great points. Though.
But that's true.
Yeah, because like I said, I enjored it as well.
I didn't have
that was just my only critique about it for me. But the symbolisms as an artist and me being in the arts forever since elementary, middle school, like I saw all of that. Well, a majority of it. You know what I mean? And I was like, yo, I see exactly what he's doing.
I enjoyed it from like I said, like y'all said, I enjoyed it. And I really did. And then I went on and kept partying. I wasn't even thinking politics until I got to the crib. Because I started reading. I'm like, okay, so I did what you did. I went back and and I'm just like, man, we got such a, I'm different when it comes to people, man. I just want them dudes, I want everybody to get the fuck along. You know what I mean? And I just go ahead.
And a lot of people didn't even
get along.
A lot of people didn't, because when you go back and forth with people, it's just like, yo, so what message did you get, or what references did you understand? A lot of people don't know. Like even when he was saying the 40 Acres and the Mule, right? Sam Jackson played that character in one of Spike Lee's movies,
right? And
Spike Lee Company is the 40 Acres and the Mule, and he was talking about the 40 Acres and the Mule that we're all.
I was waiting for Sam to go.
So he having triple entendres and things like that. That even the people that's taking up for it don't even really know.
Yeah, but here's the thing I'm saying though. I want to say one thing. You didn't go, Joe. I have no problem with that. Right. My problem is, don't attack me if that's just I feel like I wanted to see something
That's the
different.
issue.
That's all I'm
problem.
saying.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
I think. Go ahead.
Wait. And I
Just-
think that we've read too much into the Serena part. Yo, he's from Compton, she's from Compton.
Yeah.
If I do the
They
Super
probably know
Bowl
each
show,
other.
you better believe all my niggas from Brooklyn is up there. Like, yo, we here with our man.
Yeah.
Like,
But if you
I
think
don't
of politics, you say, "Oh,
Yeah.
she with a white boy, but she crip walking over this."
Yeah, that,
dude. Like,
I
I'm
didn't
just
care about
saying,
none of that.
yeah.
I didn't care
But
about
go
none of that.
ahead,
I'm just
Joe,
like, yo, the homie from Compton is
Yeah.
on the greatest stage
Yeah.
ever. Yo, you better believe I'm pulling up to
Yeah,
Crip
that's
Walk.
true. That's true.
There he is.
I was making sure you're not in bed yet.
Oh, baby boy.
Gotta
How
check
old is
on-
he now?
He'll be 5 in May.
God, damn. We interviewed Tony on the show when I was doing In a Man's World. I guess it might have been 4 years. You had just had him.
Yeah.
Damn, time flies.
Time
Time
flies.
goes.
Kiddo
Yeah.
Ditto, say what's up, everybody.
What's up, little man?
What up, man?
Charleston?
He boxing yet?
Nah, not yet. Wait, Kiddo Ditto, come here. Look at the camera. Look. Show me your guys. Where your guys at? Show me your guys.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he gonna be ready.
Put him up.
He gonna be ready.
He got his
Gonna be
guys.
a problem. Danny gonna train you.
All right, Kiddo Ditto. Look like you're not going to bed yet.
Hey, can I get some ice?
Oh, I thought they.
Hey,
They didn't bring
brought
it.
in by now.
I love you to all the planets,
What's
okay?
that?
Rum punch.
It's real. Look at that.
All right?
Okay, I'll try. Yeah. I just want
Peace,
some
peace,
ice.
peace, peace, peace.
Okay.
Yeah, take that.
He got
slim
the
down.
laser pointer.
Oh, word.
When I go on the road, and he'll like find the
Put the
laser pointer
laser.
and point to where Dada is. Like, find Texas, find San Antonio. Dada's right there.
Oh,
Find,
that's dope.
you know,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's
Laser
dope, though,
pointer.
yeah.
Wait, so what we say?
It's on you,
Yeah,
Fox. It's on
for you.
Fox.
Yeah, go ahead.
So it's interesting everybody's perspective on what their expectation was and how they
No, I
felt.
didn't have any expectations.
No, I
Well,
didn't
I'm
get-
just saying
Yeah.
your expectation and just the enjoyment of it and how you felt about it
Yeah.
and just like, hey, a rapper hasn't gotten this opportunity and stuff.
Yeah.
So in you, hey, I just wanted to see
A show, right.
a show.
Right.
You know,
Yeah,
you just want to have a good time.
Yeah,
you don't
yeah.
want to hear no statements.
Yeah.
You don't want to hear anything
I
like
got
that.
4 more years
Right.
of that shit.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So that's interesting to me.
Yeah.
So, of course, when Kendrick got the contract, got the job, and
It
they
was
took-
already mayhem.
So it was already determined. Hey, I'm going to make this statement. We
Yeah.
already knew that from the jump. We already knew when he got that opportunity. He already said what he was going to do with it. This is before Trump was even elected, from
Right.
what I
Mhm.
from
and
what
that is
I've read.
true.
So it's
That's
like,
a real good point
so
right there.
it doesn't even matter that Trump saw it or not or whatever.
Right.
But that performance, what I saw,
Mhm.
I wasn't trying to enjoy it. I was trying to listen to see what that message was.
Mhm.
What I saw was Black consciousness waking up from a colonized mind in front of everybody, and everybody's like this, messages all over the place. It was like a constant struggle to say what we need to say to us,
Mhm.
which was, hey, this is a game. He said it from the very beginning. This is a game. And Sam Jackson it was like he's thinking to himself, hey, get this right. Hey, this is America's game. He was making all these statements.
Don't be
about,
too ghetto.
Yeah,
That was-
don't
yeah.
be
Yeah, don't
too
be
That's
too
ghetto.
loud.
He was saying to the Black America,
He was
don't
saying-
be too ghetto.
It
don't
was
be
like
loud.
it was like this is.
And he was the ringleader.
The ring-
Yes, he was the ringleader. That
Mhm.
it was like that was the conscience. You said, I like what you said. Kendrick in the middle of the flag,
Mhm.
as a little lost black
Mhm.
boy in America. See, this is what's so cool about him, Kendrick, as an artist. There was so much message in there. You can get whatever you need from it.
Mhm.
You know, you saw that because you identified with that. Anything that you identify in the messages, that's what you got.
Mhm.
But as long as you got something, and then when you go back, you say, "Oh, I missed this. I missed this."
Yeah.
I got to go back and watch.
That's
Yeah,
why
I didn't catch the A minor until everybody started
Oh,
saying
yeah, I
it
saw
on
that. Yeah,
Instagram.
I saw that.
And
at the
Instagram's like,
beginning.
oh, the A minor. I'm like, oh, I didn't.
And
that's-
then the bell bottoms was
That's the thing
symbolism.
too. Everything.
The Flair
and,
teams.
And let me say this: entertainment is used as propaganda for all of this.
Mhm.
So Kendrick Lamar, they wouldn't be able to have the Super Bowl at this level without a black face, a black man doing all this, drawing all the eyeballs to watch all these commercials, to sell all this shit that you probably don't even need. That's cool. It's Super Bowl. This is where they do that. But I think on some level that Kendrick Lamar knew that was going to be the case. And he's like, all right, you're going to exploit my blackness for this. I'm going to talk to my people and let them know we are at war.
Can I ask you guys a question?
Hold on a second. We are at war, and this is a game. And if we're going to play it, we're going to need to play it to win. And he said what he said, and that when they said the game over and said, turn the TV off. Meaning that's his mic drop moment. So what was you going to say?
I'm going to ask you guys a question. Here's one thing I do have an issue with. And I think it's more of an being a little bit older, maybe just different, and not understanding this part of the game.
You and Fox the same age.
I mean, you should take that as a compliment. Man. I don't know why you
ain't
about him.
I ain't with him. My issue or question to you guys is, I don't like the public beefing.
Meaning?
Him and Drake.
Go ahead.
Then I'm just say, these dudes, two brothers, because Drake's got black in them, superstars at the highest level. Now, understand, I know rap handles it differently, but I'm like, in terms of, we know that song had to be played. We all gonna agree to that. That song had to be going.
Right.
But just in general, even outside of the Super Bowl part, I don't like to see these dudes going like 50 and Ross and him and Drake, because I grew up, and I still like this today. If I got beef with somebody, I'm going to you. I'm gonna call you up if I got your number. Say, yo, Tone, what's up, man? We good or we not good? Yo, man, I felt this way. My bad on it, or we know we ain't. When we around each other, we just gonna be cordial. I just never, because what happens is, it's not even so much of the two main stars. It's always the camp.
Yeah.
Now, you don't think Drake people watch that and be like, somebody saying, I want to get this nigga. There's no way, because your man's that big.
Here's the thing with that. This, for what it is, the Super Bowl was so far. It was so far deeper than that petty beef that they have personally.
You can say that, but that song was so huge, Joe.
But here's what I'm saying. That song, that's part of the artistry of it. Okay, the business end of it. Can you say that he's saying this about me, defamation of character, and this and that, and suing music distribution,
labels, all that,
labels, and beef and all that stuff? That's based on a personal feeling between two people that nobody here knows. So these public beefs and stuff, how do you get so wrapped up in that to where you're taking stock in that? You can't bring them two brothers together on a personal level. I'm just saying people saw what they wanted to see at whatever level that they wanted to see it. The message that I got from it, I'm like, oh yeah, Drake did have a problem.
Yeah. No,
with
again,
that. What? Serena used to go with Drake? I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
So I don't know who he dates.
Yeah, but again,
neither do I give a shit.
The performance is the performance. Like I said, I was cool with the performance. Now I'm just saying, in general, I don't like seeing brothers beefing like that when you can either make a decision on how it's going. Now, obviously, they ain't gonna never be friends. We already know that. At least I don't.
If Jay and Nas can be friends, Drake and Kendrick can be friends.
Go ahead, Tom.
Dare I say, and I'm a hip hop head.
Okay.
Dare I say, this is the biggest rap beef we have ever seen.
Oh yeah,
at this level.
Jay and Nas was big in the hood.
Right.
You got to remember when Jay took all those shots at Nas was on hiatus.
Right.
His mother was dying. His mother was sick.
Right.
He was off the grid.
Right.
He came back for like, yo, what's going on? So they weren't at their heights.
I got
Right.
you. Yeah.
LL and Cannabis was nowhere near
That
LL.
that was the one song hit.
50 and Ja were not as big as Drake and Kendrick.
Right.
Kendrick might have been, when it started, Drake was probably a bit bigger than Kendrick, right?
Yeah.
We agree on that?
Yeah,
Drake was bigger.
Yeah, I was.
Drake was bigger than 50 and
all of them, really?
And Ja Rule at the top of the beef, right? We agree to that.
Yeah.
Right? The 50 Ross beef is corny to me. That's corny.
Mad corny to me.
Ross is like feeding more into that because he wants the attention.
Right.
50 just falls back. Like, It's like it
I'm
feels.
gonna say what I'm gonna say.
It feels to me
Yeah.
like Ross trying to keep it going because he wants to be 50.
Right.
Yeah.
Because he's trying to use 50's blueprint against 50.
Yeah, he keeps
that's
saying,
neither-
"Come down here and make a
that's-
production."
that's neither here nor
all
there.
that type
That's
of shit.
neither here nor there.
I got you.
But at this rap beef that we are witnessing today is the biggest one we've ever seen.
So does it destroy
So
Drake?
no, I say
Okay, go
I say that to say this.
Okay.
So hip hop deals with it differently.
Okay.
Hip hop deals with, yo, we go back and forth. Nothing's off limits. I'm gonna say something about your mom. You're gonna say something about my kid.
Right.
That's hip hop. That's
Okay.
hip hop. It's a fucking gladiator sport.
Right.
It only looks different now because they are the
Mainstream.
two
That's what I guess
biggest
I'm saying.
motherfuckers.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's why you say stuff like, I don't want to see brothers.
Oh, we
beefing
forgot
like
Biggie
that.
Pop.
Right.
We forgot Biggie Pop to compare their beef.
Biggie wasn't bigger than Drake. And
Yeah, I'm just saying. You always got to mention that.
yeah,
There's beef
right.
in that. Yeah.
But that was on some real gangster shit.
yeah, and keep in
And
mind,
it
and,
tragic,
wait,
yeah.
and 50 shit was on some real life shit
Right.
that bled into music.
Right.
Right,
Right.
yeah.
They tried to kill that
him.
motherfucker.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
Facts.
So that was street first, then
Personal,
music.
right.
Yeah.
That's the only one that was street first, then music.
Right.
Everything else is. Listen, I don't put much into rap beefs because this is at the end of the day. This is what you got. You got a nigga in the studio like this. Yo, am I on? Fuck that nigga. Yo, that's
Yeah.
all we dealing
Yeah.
with at the end of the
Yeah.
day.
But what
This
you
niggas that's
said,
not gonna shoot nobody.
right.
Right.
They making too much money. You're
Right.
not gonna kill nobody.
Right.
You're gonna go in and put your headphones on and go, ready?
Yeah.
All right, nigga, you said what?
Right. And what you said at the end of your first part of that statement was, it's just me saying, you know, especially for a dude that ain't supposed to be cool with black, I hate women, all that bullshit. No, I like brothers. I like to see us win, and I like
Yeah.
to see us win with
No, that
together.
let me say. Sorry,
You know what
my
I mean?
last point. My last point.
Mhm.
That's I say all that to say that's why I do think they'll be friends again one day.
Yeah,
I do
think
think
so.
that there's a moment that's going to come in hip hop when he calls him out on stage and he calls him out on stage, and hip hop goes to another level.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's all about elevating the culture, right?
I got you.
And hip hop is is the culture that is our culture 100%. They stole rock and roll, they stole
Yeah.
country, they stole
They trying to
blues.
steal hip hop, but
They trying,
yeah,
they're trying,
don't get
but
it twisted.
it's innately in the dirt hours.
Right.
So there's another level for it to go.
Yeah.
And I think that next level is when they go, yo, let's do something together.
Now, do you think
and
it hurts?
really elevate the
Do
culture?
you think it hurts? Do you guys think it hurts Drake? Because you know online they talk about, oh, Drake is, you know, you hear a lot of people say, oh, he done now. He
I
this.
mean,
So I don't know. And I'm just asking because I don't know.
Drake
He's
still
done if he
everybody
says
say
anything.
Okay.
They
So what you
thought
gonna say
everybody
to
was
that?
done.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody, in any type of squabble,
Yeah.
They think the other person done.
everybody picks sides.
Yeah.
Right?
So
There's
Drake's
some
side
people
of
that's
the
like
fan
still
base.
Right.
people still riding for Ja Rule. It's like, yo, fuck 50. People still
Right.
riding for Ross. That's like just fuck this one. People riding for Eminem. It's like
Yeah.
everybody picks sides.
Right.
So don't
Because they believe they have to.
Drake on tour right now. He don't see one empty seat in that arena.
Right.
Right.
Pretty sure
No,
he
yeah.
does.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So let me ask y'all then.
Okay.
Because when you read the comments, it's like with that performance, we needed that as a culture. We needed that. We as black people, we needed that. What's your perspective on that?
Like we needed it.
Yeah,
I don't think we needed it.
like were we not? And I hate to use this term woke. Were we sleep before the Super Bowl, or like what? Like
That's-
I wonder
I think-
what's
I
driving
think-
people
I think
to
it came-
be the that emotionally attached. To say, yo, we needed the culture. Like we needed that now.
I think we, as a group,
Yeah.
as black people, we need to hear hope. We need to hear something that says, does anybody is anybody out there? It's
Right.
like, yes, we are right here. Our solution is going to come from ourselves evolving into our solution. I mean, the messaging, if you hear it, you hear it. If you just want to be entertained, you will be entertained, or you'll be disappointed by the performance, because I think a lot of people were commenting, I didn't like it. It was the worst performance, because those
That was
people
the white people. White people say
No, it was a lot of black people. There was a lot of black people saying
listen,
they
white
thought it was
people
bad
and black
too.
people didn't like it or had issues with it for completely two
Well,
different
white
reasons.
folks didn't know.
Like
They said they
the end
understand.
disliked it.
They didn't know what he was
Yeah,
saying.
yeah, yeah,
Well,
exactly.
Most of the white people didn't know what he was saying. They were like, "What is the
there's
video?"
two types.
Oh, except him.
There's two types of people. They wanted to hear the art, and there was the other people who detested all those black people on stage. Let's just be
Yeah, that's
honest.
the white people.
It's
Well,
yeah,
but that's not the first time they saw a lot of black people
not
on
the
stage,
white
though.
people, the white supremacists. Okay,
Yeah,
say
okay,
say
right.
it like that, because those are two different things.
Yeah, you're right.
So what are they doing? how are all these black people on the stage, and who is that? Like what you're saying, does Trump even know who this is?
No,
I mean, I'm pretty sure that element was there.
What the fuck you
Okay,
up?
wait, now-
It would fuck you up if Trump do know who he is.
Now I
though.
want to make 2 points. You said something interesting. I want to make 2 points. The first point I want to make is you said we needed this.
Yeah, I was asking.
I think it's the sentiment that we needed this was, again, going back to what I said earlier,
Mhm.
it was based on how the election turned out.
Right.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Mhm.
It was based on how the election turned out. And you wasn't here earlier when I said this, but if you believe in that shit, if you believe in politics and you believe that this magical white man is going to come along every 4 years and fix the black situation, then you needed that shit. You needed that shit to be like, yo, we still here. We're going to keep the fight. We're going to keep the fight alive. I don't believe in that shit. So I didn't need it. I didn't need it.
Right.
Right?
Right. Go ahead. The other one.
But no, I understand like the people that are like feel a little
Beat down.
beat
Kinda
down.
like,
They got a punch to the gut when Trump got back in.
Yeah.
They see he already cut the DEI and people are getting deported and all that. It's like it feels a little overwhelming. You needed that. You needed that.
I see that.
You needed that hug
Mm-hmm.
to be like, okay.
And you're right. Sometimes we do need a hug.
Man, I'm gonna go ahead, Joe. Go ahead. Then I'll
You do
say.
need a hug. Wait, what was my second point? My second point was shit. I lost it over that fast. We needed that if you believe in the politics.
Right.
And then the second point was you said something just now.
Joe said, "You got the message."
Oh, I did say we as a group. It seems like we're like we need some hope.
Okay.
Something that the solution is coming from ourselves. We don't need a hero. We don't need a savior to like. There is no magical white man that's going to come in, and there is
Watch
no.
in 4 years.
Oh, okay.
No,
Let me
I
say
don't.
this.
I can't remember my second point, but I'm gonna go on record and say this right now. In 4 years, watch out! All these niggas run to the next magical white man that popped up and said, "I'm gonna change your situation for you."
Okay.
In 4 years, another
Right.
white man's gonna pop up and
I'll-
say, "I'm gonna change the black situation," and they're gonna run to this motherfucker. And he
Outside
ain't
of
gonna
it,
change shit.
yeah, he's gonna keep the same game going.
And
But
I want it noted that Dannon Green has on field.
I wanted to make sure that we
yeah.
that out.
You got that
So what you
on.
gonna say, D?
Yeah,
I'm
really-
sorry. What I was
Bob.
going to say. What I was going to say was, we don't need a savior that comes from the government. It's going to come from within, and we don't need a magic black person that's going to come. We don't need a leader per se, because anytime we get a black leader, what happens?
They get killed.
There you go. So they can't kill a worthy idea. They can't kill an honorable code of conduct that benefits all of our people. They can't
So
do
was
that.
this-
Which goes back to my point. What we got to do for self.
Yeah.
They can't kill
Yes,
that.
they can't kill that.
They can't kill that.
They
Yes.
tried,
and they
but
can't kill all
well,
of us.
here's my issue with this.
With what?
With the warning of the needing the hope. We're looking for
Everybody need
someone.
hope, man. Everybody need hope.
Hope and
But
a hug.
hope
Hope and a
doesn't.
hug.
But bro, hope doesn't come from another man.
I didn't say hope and no action. You need hope and action.
Well,
Yeah.
but here's what I'm saying it because look how many times over the years we said we were going to boycott something. We wasn't going to do something.
that's a
No,
that's a
man.
whole
Don't get me
nother
started.
thing.
Don't get me started on these
Whole
niggas.
nother thing.
But
Why we even watching the Super Bowl? We
no,
gave us
yeah. But the point I'm saying
Here
is,
you go again.
but I'm going by what Joe is saying. That's what I'm saying. See, I grew up a little different, and I've been on my own since 15. So I had to
Damn,
go out there.
I remember my second point now. Go.
I had to make
Don't
decisions. I had to make life decisions, and I had to do it without someone. I couldn't blame nobody after that decision was made. And as I changed as a person, as a teenager, and saw that I wanted to try to better myself, that's when the hope came. That's when people saw me saying, "Oh, this young man trying to do something. You trying to go to college? Yeah, well, let's go up there and look at what kind of education you want to have." You know what I mean? Like, we as black people, we have to change ourselves to attract, and it doesn't have to be no white people, but attract, as you say, people or leaders or individuals that can move you to another level that can make that domino effect. I really don't believe we're going to do it. Right now, I remember I did a joke. Everybody talk about, we're going to boycott Louis Vuitton. Remember when they had that big issue?
Oh, that's easy for me.
Right? Yeah. And I said, the joke I said, but Joe, that was the joke I said.
I'm boycotting right now. Didn't even know it. I'm boycotting that shit right now. You didn't even know it.
But that was the joke I said. I said, I boycotted Louis Vuitton. And then when I finally had some money, niggas was wearing it. They didn't have no money. I can't buy it. Now I ain't got no cash. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, I just want us, it's like this Target thing, everything. We keep saying things that we're going to do and we don't. And then then it comes back down to Tony's point. Then in 4 years, we're going to be looking back and saying, if we look back right now, okay, let's go with Joe said. If we look back right now in 4 years and did not take advantage of the moment of the Super Bowl and all of these things that we say
When Beyonce
woke us
was
up.
when Beyonce was the Black Power lady.
No. I'm talking about 4 years
a
from
blonde
now,
wig.
from this point here, when
from
now
this
we're all considered woke now. We all know that we're not happy who's in
in
there.
February.
Yeah, in February. Right.
Black History
But if we
Month.
say in 4 months and you got dudes still, ain't nobody going nowhere, everybody kind of still backstabbing, Target's making more and more money off us, Walmart, they still making TikTok videos in it. To me, it's like, it's a waste.
Here's what I say to that. You can't save everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody can't go.
But
All right, can I- Okay, so back to what we said originally. Like, why do we need this? And I was like, if you felt like you was, a gut punch from Trump being elected,
You need
and
it.
the way
And
the
mind you, I asked that question to bring
yeah,
conversation.
the way the election turned out, you
Yeah.
felt, a little bit,
Yeah.
disheartened,
Defeated, right.
defeated, disheartened.
Mhm.
You needed that.
Right.
Yeah.
Now let's look at the bigger picture. We have to keep in mind this whole halftime show shit. When Jay-Z took over,
Mhm.
Rock Nation.
when Jay-Z was like the head of halftime entertainment or whatever the fuck
Head
his
of
title is.
NFL
He is now. He still is
DEI.
now.
Is he? I don't
This
know.
whole thing was because the bigger picture of it all was, give these niggas a little moment.
Appease.
Give these niggas a little moment.
Because we was
You know
mad
why?
Because Kaepernick. We was mad because Kaepernick
Look,
was catching heat and they gave it to
No, okay, so
Yeah.
so Kaepernick, first of all right, let's go all the way back.
Right.
Okay.
So Kaepernick
Took a knee.
wanted to bring attention to police brutality
Brutality.
throughout America.
Yes.
So first, people forget, he wasn't coming out for the national anthem.
Right.
And of course, since he's the starting quarterback for a
Quarterback.
NFL franchise,
Everybody like, where
people
he at?
notice that. The starting quarterback's not out here for the national anthem.
Right.
Mhm.
So then he's like, okay, I can't do that. I'll sit. And he sat like 1 to 2
Mhm.
games. And they were like, why is he sitting out for that?
Right.
And Kaepernick, a lot of people don't notice, went and met with
A Marine
a Marine,
who told him
a
to take
decorated Marine
Yeah.
white
the
man
white boy they told him
that
to take a knee.
served
Yep.
tour after tour after tour.
Yep.
How can I make a statement
Without
But
disrespecting
still-
the flag.
Respect.
but still honor the flag in the country?
Mhm.
Yo, the best way to do that, take a knee.
Yep.
He took a knee, that motherfucker disappeared. The Marine that told him to do it disappeared.
Yeah.
Oh wow! I didn't realize the Marine.
They never interviewed this motherfucker. He never stood in front of a camera and said,
Yeah.
I told him that shit. It was like, now, nigga, you on your own.
Right.
Mhm.
Right?
Shut up.
So then,
He
then,
did
then,
it. But
then-
he said-
then it was like,
where'd he
okay,
go?
now he's vilified.
Mhm.
Sons of bitches, all that.
Mhm.
They
Right.
won't stand up. Jerry Jones, I'll fire any nigga that won't
Right.
stand up.
Mhm.
Then black people start, I'm going to boycott the NFL.
Right.
Not another game. The slogan was not another game.
Yeah.
Right? So then they say, okay, we'll let you wear on your helmet, stop racism.
Right. All kind of
You can
different.
put
You have any kind of message you
can
wanted
put
to have.
love is
Yep.
the answer on
Yeah.
your fucking helmet. Like
Yeah.
nobody gonna see that shit. We'll let you color your fucking sneakers,
Love is the
right?
answer.
And put a message on your sneakers.
Right.
And then this is what really made me mad. We'll put a camera in the end zone, and whenever you make an interception or recover a fumble, you and the whole defense can run to the fucking end zone and fucking coon it up like
Coon
fucking
out.
monkeys. Y'all could dance like monkeys.
And we fell for it.
And they colored their sneakers, they put a message on their helmet, and they started dancing in the end zone because they recovered a fumble.
Mhm.
And we literally forgot about why we started this whole shit to begin with.
Yep.
We literally forgot, oh shit, we was using this platform as black athletes on the biggest stage to make a statement for America.
Mhm.
And then
And niggas started coloring their sneakers
Yeah.
and forgot all about it.
can I add
And
this?
then Jay-Z got the job.
And the-
Yeah.
so the whole,
Wait,
so-
wait,
yeah,
and
yeah,
then
no, I'm with
Jay-Z
you. I'm
and
with
then
you.
Jay-Z
Yeah.
got the job, and
Yep.
they said, Jay, we need you to keep niggas dancing
And he-
every halftime. So Beyonce came. Now you can give a message. Give a message. Sure,
Yeah,
give a message.
yeah. Mhm.
Make the medicine
Mhm.
taste better.
Yeah.
She
So
did the
Beyonce
X.
came out, Black Power.
Yep.
Mhm.
I'm woman.
Yeah.
And then they go back to the game. and niggas start dancing in the end zone again.
And niggas start watching the
So
game
it's just
again.
as fast as you get the message, you lose the message.
Can I say this, Tone?
Come on, Tone.
And that's why I had a problem with Jay-Z. My problem with Jay-Z was when the boycott was, we were asked to boycott. And this is one
Asked to
reason that...
boycott
He
what?
said,
Oh, he said
nothing.
we passed
kneeling.
taking
No,
the
but
knee.
before he
past
did
kneeling.
that,
Mm-hmm.
when Travis Scott and Gladys Knight were asked to perform at the Super Bowl, they caught heat. Remember, and they didn't do it. Gladys Knight was supposed to sing. Travis Scott was supposed to perform. Also, who's the brother out of Atlanta, the producer boy?
Jermaine
JD wanted to do some events down in
told him
Atlanta.
not to do it.
He didn't want him to do it. Now, here's my issue. And see, and this is maybe it's my thinking. I'm going to ride with you. See, I'm riding with you. So we're boycotting. And then we wake up one morning and Jay-Z signs a deal with the NFL. And everybody said, because I said, I don't like this. The reason I didn't like it is because Jay-Z, and that's why I told people, I'm not going to boycott the NFL. I said the purpose online.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, oh man, why you calling? I said, no, bro, I'm an actor. If I start saying online, I'm boycotting the NFL, and then I get a commercial, and they looking back on social media and go, oh, this nigga didn't want to, this is an NFL commercial, and he don't want to be in it, I'm going to lose work. Oh man, you doing it for the money? No, it wasn't about that. So what I didn't like was that when Jay-Z told everybody to boycott, we started boycotting it, right? Remember the numbers were going down. And then we wake up, and he did a deal with the NFL. Now here's the bad thing about it. You don't put your neck out there online to boycott. Your name is out there now, because most people don't know how to be discreet about what they're doing. But Jay-Z's in. Now, say for instance, it's you, Tone, and you got a name, and you want to come back and do some work with the NFL, and they go, nah, man, and then they come back, well, you said you ain't like the NFL, and you wanted to boycott. Guess what you gonna say? But y'all took Jay-Z, well, he's a little different, and now your hands cut off.
You know what's funny? You want to hear something funny? You want to hear something funny? That's why I say this all the time. I don't think I ever want to be the guy that endorses a product. I don't ever want to be the spokesperson for something.
Right.
Because basically they give you a shitload of money, but if you ever get in any trouble, you got to get that money back.
And then what the Jay-Z
So
said.
I don't want to be the guy that's like, he's a spokesperson for whatever. Because I know human beings are flawed.
Right.
And so I might punch a nigga in the face one night in the club and they go, oh, his endorsement deal is going.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want an endorsement deal because I still want the freedom to punch a nigga in the face.
Right. But think about what you said. Then you said,
I still want the freedom to chip a nigga too. If you say something disrespectful. I don't want to be what about my sneaker deal?
Right.
What about my sneaker deal? No, I want to let a nigga have it. You know what I'm saying?
Tony, if you hit him, you lose that orange juice deal.
I don't want to. Right.
Don't want that.
I don't want to have to read a prepared statement. Keep drinking orange juice. It's good for you. Sorry about what happened. Nah.
But you said something that was important. And it's not dissing Jay-Z. But then Jay-Z came back, did the deal, said, it's time for us to stop kneeling.
Past kneeling.
And then guess what? All we said in the street. Everybody in the street was saying, oh, no, it's cool.
He playing chess, not checkers.
And Kaepernick's going to be back in the league. That's just, you took the
Yeah,
words out of my mouth.
We did think Cap was back in the league.
Everybody was like, oh, he going to get Kaepernick ain't seen the field.
Right.
And then we go through what Tony said. And then he got all the black people to come back. And now we're back. And now we're at the same spot we were 8 years ago. And that's why I'm asking you.
The only difference is he get the check now.
Yeah, but the point I'm saying still is we're still back at the same spot. A protest,
in the
some
same
type
spot.
of thing going on because we feel we're not being done right, or we got someone out in there that we don't like. So the question,
But that's every 4 years. Every 4 years.
That's why I
every
don't
4 years
fall
is
for
the same
that
thing.
bullshit
Every
no
4
more,
years we
dog.
do the same thing. Every 4 years it's we're gonna hold our vote hostage until they do what we want them to do, and we never do that shit.
Well, it sounds good on the surface.
But it sounds good on here.
It sounds good on your
never
phone, but understand that it doesn't. And don't misread me when I say this. It doesn't take all of us. It takes a critical mass of us. Just a few. We don't have to, like I said, we can't. You ain't gonna be able to save everybody.
You can't save everybody.
You can't save everybody.
You can't save
but
everybody.
This is why you don't put your faith in the celebrity of a man like that who has obviously been compromised to do the dance. He's empowered personally, so he does not represent the masses of us. So people like Kendrick, he's he's dancing on a fine line.
Yes,
real fine line.
But
I'm
for
gonna ask
what
you a
he
question
said,
based off of what you said.
because for what he said, the messaging that took a lot of nerve. I mean, because all eyes are on him, and he said what he said on a personal level for Drake, money wise, business wise. He's taking the money that he is being paid to do what he does
From white people.
and give a message to the people.
Yeah.
Okay,
Wait.
so
I gotta make a point.
Okay.
oh yeah, that's all I'm saying is that's dancing a fine line. But for what it was, that's different. That shit is different. That was all the way different.
I agree and somewhat disagree. I don't think he's dancing a fine line.
He's not dancing.
I think as black people, throughout history, black people have had to get into that forum to make the bigger statement.
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
So the two brothers that in the '68 Olympics in Mexico City,
Yeah.
Yes.
they could have said, I'm
Yeah.
not going to run for America.
Yeah.
I'm not going to run for America. I'm going to make a stance.
Mm-hmm.
But then this wouldn't be
Yeah, that
legendary.
Right.
Right.
Because they got on the white man's stage and
put it
then
up.
did this. They
So
had to
they
get to
waited
the
for-
bigger stage to make the bigger statement.
They had to win
They
first.
could have said, "Yo, we not going.
Right.
We don't want to represent this country."
Right.
And that would have been nothing.
Right.
Your faces wouldn't have been seen.
Right.
True.
Your story wouldn't have been told.
Yeah.
Your name wouldn't have been known.
Right.
But if we go
We gotta do
and
something.
win,
Right. Which they
we
did.
can do this on the biggest stage in history.
Right.
That shit lives forever.
Yeah.
1968 Mexico City.
Yep.
Black Power just
Right?
yeah, that made a big
How
statement.
how could you make it bigger
Yeah.
by not going? You can't.
Right.
How could Kaepernick make it bigger by not doing it on the side of the field? You
couldn't.
can't.
Right.
How could Kendrick make it bigger on Sunday by not performing? You can't.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
So you got to play Muhammad Ali.
I was about to say
Fighting.
Muhammad Ali.
I'm not going to go to war.
Right.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to go fight in the motherland.
Right.
Mhm.
When I do fight.
You can't make it bigger without playing on their stage. And you know,
Right.
white people put that fight together.
Yeah.
They made more money on that fight than he did.
Right.
But you can't get on that stage to make the bigger statement without playing their game.
I think
that-
that's a
so that's-
I think that's a sacrifice on their part. Those people that you mentioned to risk the scrutiny of being.
Yeah, they were
looked
all
at.
vilified. They were
Yeah,
all
they were all
vilified.
vilified
They were
for
all
that.
vilified, but we
Yes.
know them forever now.
Yeah.
Right.
We know them forever.
But see, now they don't.
And that's the thing I was
so
going
it's
to
worth
say.
it.
That performance, had to get approved by somebody that wasn't black.
Yeah. And see, that's what I'm
You know
saying.
what I mean? So-
Now they don't care about being vilified. See, now they don't
So now
care.
they don't
Now
care,
it's
yeah.
like, because they know you're going to get the money. And they're like, we still going to make paper and we'll deal with. See, they're going to deal with whatever level they want to deal with. But it might still hurt someone at a lower level.
Like who?
That I'm not saying, I don't know who, but say maybe someone that might have the same type of style a Kendrick have that they may not want to hear from.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
That was a
saying?
good one. Wait, hold up. He said that a white person had to approve that performance.
Yeah.
Okay, go
You're
ahead.
right.
I
You're
got something.
absolutely
to
right.
Yeah.
Because they said, let these little niggas have their moment.
Okay,
It's
see,
30 minutes out of our day.
And we'll make paper.
They're going to feel a certain way.
And
but
guess-
they ain't going to do shit.
They ain't going to do
And
shit.
don't,
They ain't
This is
gonna
what-
do
this is
but
what-
shit.
you're saying exactly what I'm saying,
Yeah,
though.
and guess
They're
what?
gonna shop at Target. They're gonna
Yeah.
shop at Walmart.
Yeah.
They're gonna buy fucking whatever. They
Yeah.
ain't gonna do
And
shit.
guess what?
These niggas ain't about shit.
It
They
was
really
a,
not.
it was a dog.
Niggas in America is the most shit talkingest, doing nothingest motherfuckers in the
Doing
world.
nothing.
And
It's true.
the
Yeah.
performance was great. It was dope. The performance was great. The performance was dope. I love the
He trying to
performance.
tell
I just had
people.
that one little part that I was like
Get
that
his
I
ass.
critiqued.
No, I'm just joking.
But it also, when everybody was like, he did it on the right platform. Because I'm like, yo, if he would have did that at the Grammys, I think it would have hit harder. Why? Because Superbowl niggas is drunk, eating wings, got barbecue sauce on their fingers. They kind of
Plus,
intoxicated
it's
party.
worldwide.
It's
No, but more people watch.
It's
They
worldwide
watch
Super Bowl.
Grammys in Africa
Yeah,
and,
say this.
and
Yeah,
Bahrain and shit.
Yeah, so I said
I mean,
the
they watched the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but still, I
Go
feel
ahead.
like the Grammys. I feel like
I didn't watch the Grammys. I think I
No, I
watched
didn't watch
one
the
second.
Grammys.
of the
But guess
Me-
what?
me neither.
Guess what? But everybody was saying it was a message that was supposed to be sent for us to them. It was for us, but we showing the white people.
But everything you saying.
Hold on,
makes-
let me finish.
Go ahead. I
I'm
apologize.
showing. Nah, I'm gonna yell at
No.
finish your
But
point.
it's like, but the white people need to see the movement and what the fuck is happening and what's going on. But really, it was a
say
dog
something to that.
whistle.
The white people don't need to see the movement.
Okay,
That's
the
the
movement
point.
needs to move without them seeing it.
Okay.
So they can't say we gotta
And
stop
that's what
this
I'm
shit.
saying, Tone.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
always,
Let me say
that's why
something to
your
that.
point
Yeah.
is so valid.
Yeah.
See, I'm a mafia buff. I believe you move in silent. I believe if you do something to me,
Yeah,
I just say, okay, you all right, no
the
problem.
minute- the
You know
minute
what
I saw-
happens,
you
happens.
gotta move in
The-
silence.
The minute I saw a white person breaking it down on social media with the performance, man, I said,
I saw the white boy. Yeah,
because it was supposed to be
it
a
was a white-
dog whistle
Okay.
for us.
No, it was supposed to be a human whistle for us. The dog.
When-
Joe Fox.
The
Yeah,
dogs.
but when I say dog whistle, I mean what
I hear what
like,
you're saying.
Only we supposed to.
But here's the thing.
Hear it.
Here's the thing. You said they're not supposed to see this. Yes, they were.
No. What I said was they were supposed to see it. Like the
You said, okay, I thought you said
no,
they
the
weren't.
performance was for us to feel and for them to see. Like, oh shit, what's happening? But the white people ain't gonna understand all that symbolism.
yes, they will.
They
When the
saw-
white, cause we put all that symbolism and said what the fuck was going on social media.
But you get what I'm saying.
I'm gonna say this real quick, Joe.
Initially,
If you think white folks ain't up on game, we sleeping. We should be more
they
quiet
saw
about how we move.
all of that stuff. There's stuff. Watch it again.
I'm talking about the initial. Like
the initial is
the
the
people
whole-
at the Super Bowl that I was watching. It wasn't like, they had to go back and see. Okay, if some of the white people was like, man, I'm not fucking with it.
They want to see what the symbolism.
But they
What did he
want to see
really
what it
say?
was,
But
right.
you know who was really watching this? The kids. You know who's really gonna go back and watch this
kids.
at some point? The kids, because that's one of their quote unquote role models.
Mm-hmm.
He's around that age. He represents a generation of black youth. So I think, for the most part, the message was conveyed to the people who needed to hear it.
Well, that's what's gonna. Go ahead.
But the fact that he's there on the world stage, there's a lot to unpack there. The whole America First thing, that's all there. We got red, white, and blue. Everybody was satisfied, but as a bonus, he said what he said.
You picked it wrong.
If you don't know, like if you know, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, when he said you picked the right time but the wrong guy, right after he said the revolution will be televised, that's he knows. You remember when LL Cool J did that Gap commercial and he threw the FUBU hat.
He wore the FUBU hat and said,
Make a
"Force by
point.
us." And Gap didn't even catch it.
And Gap didn't even catch it. I think there's gonna be a lot of that.
And then guess what? Niggas started clowning niggas that was wearing FUBU after a while.
But the point is, he empowered those brothers that founded that and put them on the map. I mean, it was kind of in a slick way.
It was dope.
Shout out to LL for that one. That was
I'm
that
gonna
was a
say
good one.
this, man.
There's so much in
I
there.
somewhat agree, but
There's secret society
here's the
shit
issue
in there
I have
that didn't
with
nobody
that.
catch. Go ahead.
is that, again, with so much going on in this world right now, in the division, I believe let's go ahead and just say the Super Bowl was the Super Bowl, halftime Super Bowl, message was message. But we have to stop when you said that, Tony, about how we are as black peoples, and at the end, in 2 weeks, ain't nobody gonna be thinking about shit about this. They're gonna be back at talking about. And this is the point I'm trying to say. Joe said, "Well, white folks, it's for the young people." But one thing about white people do that we don't do. If they don't understand some shit, they start researching this shit. And so we're gonna be trying to make moves, and they're gonna be like, "Oh, so this is what they mean. This is what's going on." Okay. And then they're going to do just like they did before. Okay, we got to get somebody in this position because this is where they're heading. This is what they're thinking about doing. Or they want to get their money, pull their money together. Who can we get that's big enough to go, okay, invest your money here, and then your money's going somewhere else. Don't think they ain't got a game plan. And I just think we communicate too much verbally and not do like what Joe said, which is really just make the move.
Well, Earthquake had a joke. Earthquake said niggas be like, yo, man, they be in a party getting kicked out. Man, I'll blow this motherfucker up. I'll blow this motherfucking building up. You fuck with me. And he's like, niggas ain't blowing shit up.
Yeah.
Okay? Where the fucking nigga gonna get dynamite from? And first of all, as soon as a nigga buy a piece of dynamite, they gonna be like, this nigga just bought dynamite. Keep an eye on this nigga.
Right.
And that shit was funny as fuck, but it speaks volumes.
Yes.
We talk big.
Yeah.
Big. But when you try to make the move, it's like, bro, it's a black man trying to make the move. You could have did this shit if you shut the fuck up.
And move and move in silence. White boys, this is what white boys do.
Mm-hmm.
It's Eric Davis told me, I said to ED. I'm sorry, Eric Days, former baseball player. You know ED, right?
Los Angeles Dodgers, Cincinnati Reds.
Yep.
From Compton. Grew up with Darryl Strawberry, the greatest Met ever.
Yep. I said to ED one time, I said, ED, how do these brothers lose their money so fast after their career? He said, in bad investments and divorce. Here's one thing we do. We'll get to this level of everything what we're talking about right now, but you won't trust me to come in and tell you some more what to do with it. But that white man coming in with a suit on and a briefcase in his hand, you gonna take his word over my word. Well, and this is at the end. This is why we always.
What did Malcolm X said? We black people think the white man's water is wetter.
And this is at the end. Colder. We always catch the L. And I truly hope, but I don't believe. I mean, this was a real good Super Bowl halftime show. Yeah, I don't believe it's going to resonate after another month or two, and definitely after Black History Month. Well, I really don't believe it.
I think.
Well, that's how they get you with Black History Month. They give you the Grammys the first week of Black History Month. They give you the Super Bowl the second week of Black History Month. They give you the fucking NBA All-Star week of the third week of Black History Month.
Big ass sleeping pill.
It's fucking.
They're like, all right, don't give them no more days of the week. Don't give them no more days of the month.
So it's like 4 days left, and you're like, oh shit.
And we sneak Valentine's Day. And we sneak Valentine's Day.
And you're like, oh shit. Wait, I ain't get to celebrate nothing.
Right. Now we get the itis when it comes to social justice all of a sudden because we done had all the attention. And see that, and that's okay. Yeah, but here's the thing: at the end of all this, who said I don't think it's going to resonate more? I think that it will at the right time because now it's on record.
Shit, right?
Yeah. Be careful with that.
Yeah. Captain Kirk.
If y'all hear about a comedian driving backwards on Sunset, it's a good shit.
Wait, 2 comedians driving backwards on Sunset.
You got it.
You see, I ain't touched it.
Joe gave me pre-warning.
I had a little bit to do.
Joe gave me a quiet 1 or 2. Joe's like, man, want to take that little.
Wait, hold on. Let's bring this all back together. So we can talk about this forever. Yeah. And we will have you back for a 3rd episode to keep this going.
I would love to.
But I do believe you have something you wanted to promote. You got it.
Yeah.
The documentary you're working on.
Well, I got the documentary.
Listen. I wanted to cut to that because I want to talk about it.
Okay, coll.
Go. Please tell us about it.
And I want to tell you about that.
Go to the beginning and tell us.
So anyway, cool. Thank you, Tone, Joe, and Trey. Appreciate y'all having me on the show. 6 years ago, I went back to Philly, did a show, ran into one of my old boxing teammates. Make a long story short, I asked him about whether the trainers were still alive. One of my trainers, Marvin Tucci Gordon, he had passed in '96. My other trainer, Frank Taylor, they said he was still alive. So I said, do you have Frank's number? They gave me another guy's number. I got Frank's number. I used to box for the gym called the Executioners. So I called Frank up, and I hadn't spoken to him in like probably 30 years, since I moved. So I said, hey, is Frank Taylor there? And he goes, yeah, this is Frank Taylor. I said, hey, Frank, how you doing? This is Dannon Green. I used to box for you when I was a kid. And he goes, Dannon Green, Southpaw, Felton Street, good fighter. Yeah, I remember you. And I almost cried.
Wow.
Because I was like, I ain't talked to this man. He knew everything and remember everything about me. Wow. So we talked for about a half an hour, hung up. In October of 17, I said, man, somebody got to try to tell this story. So I called him up and I said, hey, Frank, I'd like to be able to tell the story about the Executioners. And he said something to me that I think all of us probably experienced with other people outside of the businesses. He said, Dan, I always felt there was a story there, but I never knew how to get it out. I said, Frank, will you give me the rights to do the doc? He said, yeah. So I went ahead. I found a partner, brother out of the Bay, and we put our money together and we went and got this documentary. I found all the fighters, and pretty much the story is about these 2 men, Marvin Tucci Gordon and Frank Taylor, who started this gym in Philly to get the boys off the street in gang war time back in the late 70s and developed. We had one of the best gyms that nobody knew about in the country, probably in the world. We had a record of 639 wins and 84 losses between 13 fighters. And we had 6 guys get invited to the Olympic trials. And we had 1 world champion, Gary Hinton. And he actually had lost his fight to Pryor the first time, and then he came back and won the title. So I went.
Which Pryor?
Aaron Pryor.
Aaron Pryor.
Yeah, he went the distance with Aaron. Aaron didn't stop him. He's one of the few people he didn't stop. Gary Hinton.
Okay.
So I went ahead and I did the doc, and then I had I had a screening. I had the first one screening at Kevin Hart Studios. It was a big screen and all of that. It went very well. And then I wound up sending it out and got it into 12 film festivals.
Oh, yeah. Dope.
Won awards in 2. And then I went and got a deal, right? So First deal I got, black woman, got a deal. She had a deal with Tubi. When did the deal? So it's called The Executioners now, remember that. So one day I'm sleeping, my phone beep, 6:30 in the morning. Look down, it's Chris Spencer. What the fuck Chris Spencer hit me up for 6:30 in the morning? Yo, Chris, what's up? Look at the video. He goes, Dannon, you know how Chris is, somebody mad at you. And then he gives the phone and it's Bernard Hopkins. And he goes, how you gonna have a documentary about the executioner without having the executioner in it? So I said, Chris, I'll call Chris right up. Chris, tell me you got this nigga's number. He said, I got it. Call B-Hop. I said, hey, B-Hop, man, I'd love for you can I interview you for the doc? Because the thing behind the name is...
Was he one of the executioners?
He wasn't one of the names. Okay. And we always had beef with that.
Because he called himself the executioner.
He called himself the executioner.
Yeah. You know you're talking to a boxer in the
right. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
You know I used to box for 5 years.
Yeah, that's what I said. Your son don't need me to teach him shit. Tell him handle his business.
No, you teach him.
After year 5.
You teach him. You teach him.
Okay.
I'm going to get hit in the face one time.
Yeah. So what happened was, I said to Bernard, I called Bernard up, we talked. I said, Bernard, look, before you do the interview, I want you to watch the doc. Because at the end of the documentary, I asked all of the fighters, how do you feel about Bernard Hopkins using the name? So someone was like, we know he took it from us, blah, 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 blah. So I told B-Hop, yo, watch the doc, tell me what you think, and if you still want to do it after it, I'd love for you to do it. I sent him the link. So then I said to myself, I'm not going to call him. Because if I call him, I'm gonna look thirsty, and he gonna know why is this nigga calling me wondering. So I didn't call him. Half a day later, he texts me. And I got the text. He says, man, you did these guys justice. He said, I'm gonna do the doc. I said, when you come to town and give me an assistant. He came in town to promote a fight with De La Hoya. I had like a 2-hour window on a Wednesday. I hired a crew. We went downtown, interviewed him. Added that to, and he gave us props. He also said how he got the name. It's all in the doc. I had to take it off for Tubi that time, right? So then B-Hop is on it, tight. So I had to get another deal. Wanted to get another deal.
You took it off Tubi, added B-Hop part,
yes,
and then put it back
re-edited it, yes.
Okay, got it.
But I had to get another deal, and the people that I took it off with didn't give me a deal again. So I went back out and got another deal. This time I got it with Chandrella Avery. You know Chandrella?
That's my girl.
Yeah,
That's my girl.
Glass Slippers Productions. So they gave me the deal. So I put it back up there. So
shout out Chandrella.
Yeah, shout out Chandrella. So the doc is on Tubi. Now here's something I want to share with y'all. So about 2 years ago, I had talked to Frank, and I said, Frank, we was talking, and I said, man, he said, yeah, Danny, they talked to me about getting into the Boxing Hall of Fame. He said, but I don't want to go in unless Tucci's with me. And Tucci died. So I said, okay, it is what it is. So last year, about September, I called the Hall of Fame, the Pennsylvania Boxing Hall of Fame, and I asked them, I said, hey, what do we have to try to do to see if we can get them in? Because we already had Gary Hinton in, Vaughn Hooks is in, and Kelvin Kelly went in the year ago, all fighters from my gym. So he said, well, you have to write a letter and all of this. So I wrote a letter. I said, hey, what these guys meant to me, what they meant to the fighters, what they meant to the city. They called me back in October. Okay, we're going to put them on the ballot. Well, this week they got inducted.
Oh, yeah.
So I got to tell you this, man. It was really emotional. So they sent me an email on Thursday, and when I read it, I cried. I was like, damn, I did it.
That's dope.
And sometimes, us as comedians, and also, I'll say for myself, sometimes you feel, sometimes you don't know how much you accepted. You feel like people, you know what I mean? And you said, man, have I done something good? You know what I mean? And I was like, and I kind of looked in the mirror in my apartment. I said, damn, you did a good thing.
That's Black history.
Yeah. So then, but here's the crazy thing about it. So I called the commissioner and I said, look, I don't want him to hear from me. I want him to hear from you guys first. So then he said, okay, we'll call him. So they gave him the number. He called him. So the next day he says, well, I called him. He didn't call me back. I said, oh, he didn't. I was like, that's weird. So I called him.
Go.
Because I called Frank. I said, hey, Frank. He picked up. He said, hey. I said, hey, Danny. He said, hey. And they called me Danny back east. I go, Danny, what's up? I said, hey, Frank, how you been? You good? Blah, blah, blah. So I'm talking to him. I'm like, this nigga don't know. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because he ain't bringing it up. So I hung up. I said, hey, Frank, I just got a call. So I hung up the phone and I called the commissioner. I said, hey, the committee. I said, yo,
Call him
he's
right
home.
now.
Call him
Yeah.
now. I said, what number do you have? And I said, do you have this number? You said, what number you have? I'm surprised he didn't call him. So I read the number back. He go, oh no, that's not the number I got. I got another number. So he was calling the wrong number.
Oh, okay, good.
So he called him. Then he texted me back in 15 minutes. I said, what happened? He said, he was very happy. He got a little emotional. He was very thankful. I said, cool. I kind of smiled.
Yeah.
It's no lie. So I'm at the gas station when I do it. So I call him up and I go, hey, Frank, what's going on? He goes, Danny, he's like 81, 82 right now, right? So he goes, you won't believe this. I said, what? He goes, man, Tucci and I got accepted into the Pennsylvania Boxing Hall of Fame. I said, you kidding? He goes, yeah. And then I said, I know, Frank, I wrote that letter. And he started crying on the phone. And it touched me. We both, he cried. He's like, man, thank you so much. Because I had told him, when I got ready to do that documentary, I said, look, I'm going to make you a star. Yeah. I told him. And he's been all the way out there. So the doc is doing well. They get inducted in October. Nice. And I really wish people, I try to go to some big names to give me, see they would, but they wouldn't. I knew they wouldn't. I ain't going to say nothing. But we got that on there right now. So we got the documentary. And it's still doing well. And now this was kind of like the butt. You know what I mean? This was like we good. We'll go down in history. Because the documentary, we had amazing fighters. But I tell the story about why they got to the certain levels. Like I had one dude, Lydell Johnson, he's like 113-7.
Wow.
And 2 of his losses were to Meldrake.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Like, like we lost to like big, and the reason that I didn't stay, I wanted Golden Gloves, but I wanted them out of Columbus. Because my mom died when I was younger. So I had to move out of Philly. But those 2 years that I boxed for him touched me. You know what I mean? It's like I took all of that with me. So, come October, they're getting abducted, man. And yeah. And then the last thing I got going.
Wait, tell them where they can find it.
You can find the documentary on Tubi, which I posted yesterday, which I thought was cool on Sunday. I said, who would have ever thought you would do a movie that would be on the same station as a Super Bowl? You know what I mean? So if you go to Tubi TV, it's called The Executioners, plural, and it's a red X. That's the poster that's on Tubi. It's a red X. It's an excellent documentary. I won awards. I've been into 12 film festivals. I made it to the Manhattan Film Festival. And the disappointing part, every black film festival turned me down.
Damn.
No, that ain't disappointing. That's disappointing for them.
Yeah. But that was I was
ain't
so
no disappointment,
yeah,
bro.
You're right. I was hurt when LA turned me down.
Nah, you created it. You had an idea and you made it happen.
Yeah.
There ain't no disappointment.
Yeah, you're right.
Ain't no disappointment.
Respect. Yep. So I got that going on. I'm still writing and stuff. So I'm letting you guys are kind of, no one else has got this, but by the time this airs. So I actually shot a TV show this week. I shot an episode of the Neighborhood. I got a guest starring role. Got a nice role. Nice. Like, the whole second part of, like in half of the storylines. Yeah. And I got scenes with Cedric and some big names, and it's going to be a good look. And so the funny thing about that, and I only want to share this for the people trying to get into to the business and auditioning. So my agent, one of the writers called me. I won't say who the writer is, but we know a couple of the writers.
Malik S.
Jay Phillips.
Malik S.
Malik S.
Shout out Malik S.
Yeah. So, but he texted me, said, yo, we put your name in the hat for this role. I said, okay, cool. So he said, just let your agent know that, this role is going to be coming out on the wire. Look for it. So bam, day and a half later, my agent goes, hey, you got an audition for this. So I said, okay. So I'm playing golf and shit. And I'm thinking like, yo, the audition need to be in by 12 tomorrow. I said, no. Left the course, went got a shave, went to this dude to put it on tape. Cause all that self-taping, I'm the worst at. Nigga, I be getting cats and window shields and all kinds of shit, So, but they sent me one page. And I'm telling this story for a reason. So they sent me one page aside. So I do it, right? Comes off funny. It's a one good scene, it's a funny scene. So send it in. That was on a Friday. Monday afternoon, my agent calls me, Danny, hey, no, Tuesday, you booked the part. I'm like, oh shit, did I? Nice. So I'm like, okay. They said, yeah. They said, so when you go in tomorrow. They send you. They email you the script for the table read. So I'm like, and now this is CBS, and now you behind the walls. I finally got behind the walls on the network. Yeah. You know how that, you know. Yeah. So I'll go there.
That's good.
And when I walk in, I see Malik, I see Jay Phil, I see all of these other people, and they all come up to me and go, man, your audition was funny, man. But where was the rest of it? I go, what?
Give 1 page.
My agent gave me 1 page.
How many pages was it?
It was supposed to be 3.
Oh.
But I'm saying this for a reason. The writers all said it was so funny how I did it, delivered the lines, that even when they started looking at other people, they were still talking about me.
That was your part.
That was my part. Yeah. So
that was your part.
Yeah.
You read 1 page, everybody else read 3. You still got it. That was yours.
Yeah, you're right.
That's why I tell motherfuckers don't trip.
That's what I'm saying. That's
when
the
you
kind
audition,
of want to get
it's
out.
either yours or it's not.
Yeah.
It was yours.
Do your thing.
It was yours.
And then let it go. You know what I'm saying? And so
1 page.
it's really been a great year and a great movie. I got a film that I wrote that I took a meeting with a named actor in town, and they're like, yo, we think it'd be a better TV show. So we're converting that pitch deck to a pitch deck for episodic, and we got interest in that. So I'm just saying all that. First of all, thank you for giving me the platform to talk about it. But I think too, it's kind of on the line of what Joe's saying and what we were kind of talking about with everything. Man, you gotta do you. And when you do you, when you really do you, the right people going fall in the gap. You know what I'm saying? And like 1 page, because even one of the writer producers came to me and said, "Dannon, man, he was funny. Man, he was funny as hell, man." But we was wondering where the other, it was almost like them saying, like, nigga,
that's ballsy.
You got the part, but you was close to not getting it. And I'm not gonna say I beat out one guy. I beat out somebody real close, a name. You know what I mean?
No,
and they told me who it was, and then I didn't call, and they said, "Oh yeah, he said it was cool." He said, "Cause you his guy." So I called him up. And I said, "I got the part." He said, "Yeah, man, I want you to win too." So it was good.
Craig Robinson.
No. I'll tell you who it is because he's all good. It was Naeem.
Oh, word.
Of course you're gonna beat Naeem. That mother got no emotion in his face.
But
Naeem say a scene like this, nigga, you crazy. I never thought I'd say no shit like that.
But Naeem got better since he's been on that show.
I'm fucking with you, yo. That's my man. I'm fucking with you.
Shout out Naeem.
But I guess and this is great. I think one man. I'm sorry I missed it last time you wasn't here.
I was on vacation, bro.
But me and Trey, we talked, and Trey followed me online. And I always try to tell people this, man. I ain't got a hateful bone in my body, man.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get mine. Now I know I can handle myself, and that's probably one reason why I don't. I can't beat everybody. I always tell I can't beat everybody. I don't want nobody to try. Like I tell niggas, for about a minute and a half though, you gonna have some shit on your hands for about a minute and a half. Now if you get past that minute and a half with me, nigga, I'm about to beat it. Yeah, I'm like, nigga, you all right? Get this nigga a beer, But my point being is, we all got to go for it. We can't worry about who's in the White House, who's in this house, who's that. Man, go for your dreams. Do the right thing, man. And I'm telling you, the right people, just like you and Tone hooked up, you know what I mean? You get the right camp. And when you're in the right camp and with the right people, you ain't in the camp. That's your partner. You see what I'm saying? It's some people that treat you like you in a camp and they the general and they talk down, and there's other people that, my man, we're going to do this, do your shit, get the fuck on. So right now, that's what's been happening, man, and a lot of great stuff is happening right now, man. So I appreciate it, man, really.
My brother,
I appreciate it.
Give me the IG, tell me
where you find
you all that good stuff.
You can find me on Dannon Green 66 on Instagram, Dannon Green, and Dannon Green Facebook. I do not tweet, I would say, because I don't type fast now, I'll be canceled because I don't know how to get that shit out quick enough. So
he be spelling shit wrong. That's
yeah,
right.
I can spell shit.
Yo, Feezy.
Yeah.
But nah, man, go ahead.
Oh yeah, at the Belly Room tonight. I'm saying it like tonight at the Belly Room at 10 o'clock, and in a couple weeks, Huntsville, Alabama at the Stardome.
Oh yeah, I'll be in Chicago.
Levity
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, I'll be.
I said, give him everything.
Levity.
Okay, yeah.
It's
So
Levity? Okay, I didn't know.
yeah.
Levity.
So
Going to Huntsville.
March 20th, I'm in Modesto with Willie Barcena. And then
I might see Willie Barcena in a minute.
That's
Tell
my
him
man.
what's up. That's my
yeah,
guy.
Willie's a good dude. And then March 28th through the 31st, I'll be in Brookfield, Wisconsin with DL. I'm opening up for DL out there. So I'll be out there with DL Hughley. I was there last year. They love me, man. So DL put me back on that show with him. And then in April 6th, we're doing a big show at the Ice House in Pasadena. It's a fundraiser for this Altadena school that got burnt down during the fire. So they asked me to put a show together. I got Fraser Smith. I got brother man Reggie, Reg. I got this Latino female, And then I forgot one more comment. I forgot who I got. Oh, Honest John and someone else on it. So it should be a pretty strong show. So thank you guys, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah,
Nice,
sure,
no
man.
doubt.
Thanks
Appreciate
for coming
y'all.
down.
Yeah, thank you.
You can find me, well, the air's Thursday, but just at the Ice House with DL last night. The show was amazing. I rocked. I killed. Yeah, that's it for this week. Let's see. Yeah, then we got some more shows next month. So you know.
I'm on vacation in about a few hours.
Okay.
Take a little break. Go chill for a little bit. Happy Valentine's Day to everybody. Happy Valentine's Day to my sister Andy, my sister Shaq, Quan, I love you. Madison, my Valentine's forever. I love you so much. And then we are in Huntsville, Alabama, 11th Live. And then we start up our March and get busy, man. It's the Born to Rock tour. We everywhere. Come check us out.
Shit.
Yo, Dannon, thank you so much,
Man,
my brother. Thank you for your
T-Rock,
time,
man. You know,
Appreciate
Jay
you, bro.
Fox,
my guy.
Trey, you know what's
I think
up.
this episode, I'm gonna predict this one is gonna track crazy.
Yeah.
We just went in. As soon as everybody sat down, we just went in.
Yeah,
we didn't even
yeah.
stop. I was like, look, I literally was like, yo, we just got to just cut this shit because we
Yeah.
going over.
Right.
Everybody talking.
Okay.
So,
About like
yeah.
102
Appreciate you, my
minutes.
brother.
Nah,
Yo,
man.
congratulations.
Man,
Next
thanks
year,
a lot, man.
the trophy's gonna stay in Pennsylvania
Yo,
because
yeah.
Pittsburgh's gonna get it next year.
Well, so, you know,
Pittsburgh's gonna get it next year.
Right
Staying
down
in
the
Pennsylvania,
Tell
and I
them-
gotta go pee.
Yeah, you know, sometimes crack kill, y'all.